Hey guys, I want to talk to you about The Shining. Now, how I even came to want to do this video, I was reading an article about Kristen Stewart cheating on Robert Pattinson, and I saw this thing on the website saying that there was a documentary released at the Cannes Film Festival called Room 237, and it's a documentary. See, these two filmmakers made it about hidden meanings and ambiguities in The Shining. And I thought I've had a lot of theories myself about The Shining, and maybe it'll be explained in this documentary, and it'll be cool to watch this. And then the other thing is, Warner Brothers is apparently thinking about doing a prequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, meaning that I mean they apparently my nose itches all the time. They apparently are just talking about it. Nothing is final. The project technically isn't even gonna be made. They're just like talking about it. They don't have a plot lined out or anything, and this movie is gonna have nothing to do with Doctor Sleep. So I want to talk to you about some of my theories from The Shining. I've seen The Shining a lot of times. It was the first Kubrick movie I ever saw, and I've had a lot of questions about it. If you've never seen The Shining, then don't watch this video because I don't want to spoil it. It's a Kubrick masterpiece where I want you to see it for the first time and be wowed like I was. But if you have seen The Shining, then continue watching, or don't watch. I don't give a fuck what you do. But anyway, okay. Now, the question has always been: is this movie really happening? Is it really Jack Nicholson or Jack Torrance and Wendy and Danny being haunted by ghosts in the Overlook Hotel, or is it taking place in their mind? Are they all going nuts? And finally, Jack just went over the top and tried to kill his family. That has always been a main question, and what supports the thing that this is really happening is there's a scene where Jack is locked inside it's not a freezer, it's like a big room where they keep food, and Jack is talking to Grady, and Grady actually lets him out of this room. So that should explain that um, ghosts really were there. But how real are these ghosts? The ghosts never do anything. Uh, they never do like any physical thing. Like they never move anything. It's just that one scene where Grady opens the door. So I don't, I've never known if this movie really was taking place or if it was all in Jack's mind. The second thing is, how come every time Jack is talking to a ghost, whether it be Grady or Lloyd, the bartender, how come there's always a mirror present? And when Jack is talking to Grady in the bathroom, there's a mirror. And all the scenes with Lloyd at the bar, there's a mirror. Why are the mirrors there? Is this because it is taking place in Jack's mind, and he's talking to himself in a mirror, like, and it's kind of like a split personality thing. He's talking to a different personality in this mirror. But then, the scene with Jack and Grady in the food room, there isn't a mirror there, but then you don't actually see Grady, you just see his voice. So it could very well be taking place in Jack's mind, but then who lets him out of the freezer? This is just another big thing. And then the other thing is the two Gradys. At the beginning of the movie, Stuart Allman tells Jack about Charles Grady killing his two daughters who were 8 and 10 and his wife with an axe. Later in the movie, we meet a butler named Delbert Grady who has two daughters who are twins. Are these two different Gradys? Are they the same man and he's just trying to trick Jack? Or is something else going on? Or did Jack get the idea, like maybe it's a split, like But when I was talking about Jack talking to himself in the mirrors, maybe Jack got the idea for Delbert Grady through Stuart Allman's story, and Delbert Grady is like a projection of Jack. Jack came up with this character, and Jack is simply talking to himself. I don't know. And then the other thing is, how come when Wendy is, it's like at the climax of the movie, Wendy is walking up these stairs, looks into a room, and sees a man in a hog mask and a weird suit, apparently giving a blowjob to a man in a tuxedo. I mean, what is that about? Is it just to fuck with us? Is it there because Kubrick could put it there? I don't know. I mean, it's just weird. And then the final shot of the movie, the dramatic final shot of the movie, the camera is zooming in on the black and white picture, and Jack is standing in the front of it. Has the Overlook absorbed Jack Torrance after he has died? Or is Jack Torrance a reincarnation of a Jack Torrance that was living in the 20s? I don't know. Or, again, the whole thing about Jack, it's all taking place in his mind. Maybe Jack saw this picture and took the and Jack Torrance personifies the man in this picture, and we are led to believe that, and we are watching the movie through Jack Torrance's eyes. So everything that we see is a projection of Jack Torrance's. For example, Delbert Grady, Lloyd, everything. I don't know. I mean, I may sound nuts, but this is stuff to think about. And then the other thing was, what was the other thing? Oh my gosh. Just, oh yeah. When this movie was first released, um, there was a scene included at the end of the movie after the camera has zoomed in on that picture. Kubrick cut it after the movie had been released for like a week. The scene involves Wendy in a hospital bed when Danny is there, and Holler and Stuart Allman goes into this room and is telling Wendy that they could not find Jack Torrance's body, and they're still frantically searching for it. And Stuart Allman hands Danny the tennis ball that is famously seen in The Shining. And Roger Ebert, who is a famous film critic, who's an asshole, I believe, has said that Kubrick was wise to cut this because Jack Nicholson, they would have easily found his body because he was frozen in the maze. So it would have been very easy to find his body. But then maybe the hotel absorbed Jack, and that's why they can't find the body. I don't know. It would be interesting to see this, but what sucks is that Kubrick always burned or incinerated his deleted scenes, which is very heartbreaking. I mean, just to see extra scenes like from The Shining or Eyes Wide Shut or Barry Lyndon, Full Metal Jacket, whatever, that'd be amazing. And then the other thing is the whole thing about how when we realize that Danny has the bruises on his neck and there's a woman in room 237. Jack goes in there, clearly sees the woman in the bathtub. They start making out as she turns into a decrepit corpse and chases him out of the room. And then when Jack goes back to visit Wendy, he lies about it and says there was nothing there. Again, uh, what did this really happen and Jack didn't want to worry Wendy? Did Jack do it? Really did put the bruises on Danny's neck? And maybe, or again, maybe this movie is taking place in Jack Torrance's mind, and that woman was a projection that Jack Torrance had come up with to cover up what he did to Danny. And why did he lie about it? Maybe he, I don't know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he thought maybe he's just so nuts that this projection that he saw, like he thought nothing was wrong, and he honestly thinks Danny did it to himself. Maybe he's lying. Maybe Kubrick is fucking with us. I don't know. I'm just very confused about a lot of stuff in this movie. This is all I can say now because I don't want to turn this into a two-part video. But leave comments, message me, and please tell me what you think about maybe your theories from The Shining or what you think of the stuff I've said. Some of the stuff I have come up with, and then I've read a lot of stuff about this movie on the internet, and I've read books. But tell me what you think. I would really appreciate it. And just, yeah, just give me some thoughts and opinions about what you saw in this video. So, yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later.